And we are live.
Yeah!
Hello,
Woo!
welcome back, everybody. Fanfare.
Hey!
Let's see the crowd go wild. Come
Woo!
on, crowd, go wild.
Louder! Louder!
No one's watching. We have no viewers.
Hey! Hi everyone! We have 7 people watching now.
Do we now?
7. 3
Excellent.
months of inactivity, and we have only lost 66% of our viewership.
Now I can guarantee you all that it was completely accidental that it was Orange Shirt Day.
Yes.
The reason I'm wearing mine is yep.
That's JT flexing. He is flexing right now, showing how long he can stand.
No, I've paused the video.
That's better. How is everybody? Woo!
I will say hello.
Hey,
We've got Thierry, Spike, Wellbot, Jake from State Farm, which is Matt, Paul Arden, Print It Yourself 3D, Jeff Slater, Graphit.
hey, Tom Cruise.
There we go.
Ah. Okay,
Good.
today we have a theme for the show. We have instead of rambling all over the place, we are going to talk about one topic, a very broad one, like. We are going to talk about what is the perfect 3D printer, because nobody ever asked us. Like, have you been asked by a manufacturer what is the best printer ever?
No, because manufacturers don't know who I am.
Are you sure?
Well, I've never
You are. I'm betting that you are a very good rated influencer in the 3D printing world.
Is that right? Okay.
Way above average.
Okay.
Because all the big 3D printing YouTubers talk to you, listen to you, which is even better.
This is true. I do communicate with them. Yes.
So
okay.
you are way above average.
All right.
So the thing is, like in the video that went live, my video that went live last Friday, the thing that was asked the most is which 3D printers do you use? As if printing a tank that is like 3,000 hours of printing is done by having 3D printers. Like,
yeah.
Like, so the thing is that I have many printers. You have many printers in the box, yes. and some
yes,
some out of the box. So between the both of us have kind of a broad experience in the consumer level printers, because the most expensive that I have is the Pulse XC, that even being 1,700 euros, like now I think it's on sale or something like that. But
okay.
Are 3D printers that a regular human being with a regular job can end up saving for and buying. We can agree on that.
Yep.
So in that not that fancy level of 3D printer, what would the best or the perfect 3D printer have?
Do you want to throw it open to the chat? Do you want me to chime in? Do you want?
I'd like to go, like I have a list of features.
Okay.
Not all the features, but I have a list of features, and I'd like whenever we talk about one of them, run them through the chat to see what the people that is watching is thinking.
Okay.
I throw very complex phrases, not knowing the language. You should stop doing that. Because I don't know if I'm understood. Okay, the first one is automatic bed leveling. I'm not talking about right now with which system, but who thinks that having automatic bed leveling is important for a 3D printing based on experience and on what do you use your printers for?
All right, give a rating of 0 to 10. Zero
I'd say,
being
I'd say,
not
yes,
important, or to
yes,
10. So in the chat, give us a rating. Give us a number
yes.
between 1
0
and
to
10.
10,
How important is
yes.
ABL? 5.
No,
0.
no,
No,
0.
0. Bull. Come on, Thierry.
10. Spike is a 10.
Yes. Oh,
1,
1.
0.
Wellbot has no bed
Well, but
leveling.
yes, you don't count on this one. We are talking about FBM, and I'm pretty sure that if Wellbot's tank wasn't leveled, imagine this.
Oh man.
He has the tank,
Hang on.
everything is
Here, here,
spilling to the side.
there. Do that action again.
Yeah, like this is. Oh wait.
Because you've got full screen
This
currently.
this is the bat of Wellbot's 3D printer, and this is the printer, the bed not level,
Uh-huh.
and other resin spilling to it.
Yeah,
So don't say that.
That's a problem.
Okay, I'm going to give my number now, and I'm going to justify it. Okay, for me, bed leveling is a 0. It's absolute 0.
Yep.
I only have bed leveling on automatic bed leveling on one printer. It's the Pulse XC. It has 2 Z-axis stepper motors.
Yep. You're full screen now.
It has, wow. I'm on TV. I'm on TV. It has 2 Z-axis bed leveling rods. So the thing is, I set up a print and run the Z-axis, the bed leveling procedure, and it goes with the BLE touch probe touching the bed, and that's the process. And it takes a while because it has to preheat the bed. And when I'm finished, I do the set height with the paper thing leveling thingy, and then I set up the print. And while the printer is warming up, I accidentally rotate one of the Z-axis rods slightly, and everything is ruined forever.
Yep.
And if you want, you can do that automatically at the beginning of every print if you want, if you have it connected to a computer.
I've got 2 little plastic stands, posts with a little cup, and I put those under so that the X is level. Okay, from the same point on the bed. So that's tramming. So I do that before I do leveling. Obviously.
Yeah, but if you don't have to do the leveling, you don't have to do that.
That's true.
Like,
there are people that once they get it level, they remove the springs and put spacers. Funnily enough.
Yeah.
Or standoffs. But spacers.
What I do, I have in every SD card that I have a one STL that is named calibration square.
Yes.
Which just does the perimeter of the print one over and over.
Yep.
And I use my fingers to adjust the height. And I can do the bed leveling in 30 seconds, 40.
Okay.
And if I don't touch the printer, that process has to be repeated never, ever.
So you don't have cats that walk on your printers, is that what I'm hearing?
I don't have cats.
Yes, I have cats that walk on the printers.
I don't want to say I don't have cats that walk on my printers.
Yes.
Because that could make someone think that I have cats, but not that kind.
Yep.
No cats.
Yep. Okay. Good.
Number of cats?
Zero. Bed leveling 1.
No. You can see my 1 here.
And Spike has bacon, lettuce, tomato, which is good. Hang on, I can't see you. I'm going to switch you to full screen. Okay. You're not quite on camera. Another. Rotate slightly. Rotate slightly. Yeah, do it tiny. Is this still the world domination whiteboard?
Yes.
Lovely.
Cats 0.
Cats 0.
That's a stupid thing.
Cats A.
Get up. Let's get over this.
No problem. All right, we're back.
So that's my experience with bed leveling. if there were a much faster method that can be used with an unprocessed file on the SD card, then I would buy it, I think.
Sure.
But
so this is a concentric. So it's not the same layer on top on top on top. It's a concentric square, but you do it in the first couple of rotations.
Oh yeah, it's like
A spiral.
a couple of millimeters. It's a couple of millimeters wide.
Okay.
So it does a spiral, in fact.
Yeah, spiral. Yeah.
But usually in the first lap, I have it more or less level.
Yep.
But the other thing is that I don't do parts that require extremely precise set height all over the place.
Sure.
What I do is
your parts are in the kilogram weight range.
Yes, in the kilogram range. So I understand when people are doing like a part that has to fit, an upright part that has to fit in this direction in another part, that you require a very precise set height leveling procedure.
Or an inlay like that.
Yes. But you have to know that once you have done the first layer, anything that you print on top of that is going to be printing on a level surface.
Of course.
No matter how.
Absolutely.
So yes.
So I understand 0 as a value.
Yes.
And I was giving Thierry a hard time because clearly his CR10 is, his bed isn't warped. And it was Paul Arden that actually mentioned in the chat that the auto bed leveling also gives you an idea of how flat your bed is.
Yeah, but if your bed is not flat, the issue is your bed, not that you don't have an auto bed leveling.
Sure.
I've read somewhere that automating an inefficient process and automating an inefficient process makes it more inefficient.
Right. Okay.
So if you have an issue where your bed is not leveled, fix that. Don't add an auto leveling. Other thing is that you are printing with a huge bed that cannot be flat, or so like 1 meter wide by 1 meter bed. But if that's not the case, I don't see much benefit.
Sure. Now you replaced all your mirrors with
ultra bases.
Ultra base. Yes, correct.
Ultra base.
Whatever. Ultra, doesn't matter.
Ultra base. Yes, and I recommend that to everybody that prints with PLA. Mm-hmm. Or with PLA, with PTG, and with PTG works pretty well too. Okay. Yes.
Unless you get too close on the first layer, and then you embed your PLA into the ultra base. And
but that's homages to certain parts that are so good that you want to leave an imprint on the bed.
That's right. But the problem is,
I want to remember this print.
They burn themselves into the next print. That's the problem. Yeah. So if you need a clean face, but so does the word ultra base. If you print on the word, you get the word ultra base in your print.
And I do print on the word many times because I use the entire frigging bed. So yes.
Maximum.
Yes. Yeah. Very good mute.
Thank you very much. Yes, that would be the actual mute button on the cable.
Yes. It's your trigger.
Yes, correct.
You should have in a holster in a fake gun the mute button.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So auto bed leveling. I'm going to ask one last question. What if your bed is warped and you can't replace it? Then would you not terribly warped because it can't be too bad. But do you think bed leveling? I know it's overcoming a problem and an inefficiency, but what else do you do in that scenario?
What I've done in the past when I was printing with my 400 by 400 millimeter print bed in the original printer that I made.
The original one. Yeah.
It was my design before even I was doing YouTube. I think it's in one of the videos, I think. One of the first ones. The bed was made of aluminum with a silicone matte heating pad.
Yes.
And the mirror on top.
Yep.
The issue was that the aluminum with the heating and cooling process was like completely warped.
Yep.
So once I did put the mirror on top, when I clamped the mirror on the four corners, the mirror adapted to the aluminum bed and warped itself. So what I ended up doing was clamping very good the mirror only on one of the sides.
Okay.
On one point on one of the sides. Like if
here, let me put you on full screen.
If this is the entire, for example, if this is the bed,
yep.
What I did was clamping it only here, not in any other part, just to keep the bed from rotating or displacing itself from side to side.
Right.
With very, very good clamps. Once I did that, the heating on the entire bed was not consistent. But one of the things that you can do when you are printing with a bed that is really big is heat it up a little bit more than usual. If you usually print at 60 degrees, you can use 65 or 68 degrees to get 60 at least on every part of it, even if it is not touching the bed underneath.
Yeah.
Because the extruder takes so much time to go back to the same point on the next layer that you will have a cool down top layer.
Okay.
All the time.
All the time.
Even without cooling. Yes, because it can take, like, on that printer, an entire layer, full layer, took 75 minutes.
Wow.
One layer.
At what? Did it matter what height?
It's one layer.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter what height.
But I did print at 0.8 layer height.
Okay. Cool.
So that's my layer height.
Okay.
So that's what I was doing. If the bed is completely warped, then I will try to
the only thing
you
can do is put tape or paper or something under each.
Yeah.
And try and yeah, I understand it's not ideal.
If the bed is small, it makes no sense.
Yep.
If the bed is large, like I remember one review that I think Angus did of a very large printer that had a very big bed, and the bed had lots of screws underneath to be able to raise and lower different parts of the bed.
Ah, okay, that's cool.
There was a thick plate below, thin plate on top, and the glass or the printing surface, so it was malleable enough to react to different pulling and pushing positions underneath.
Okay, cool.
So I'm talking from the don't quote me.
No quoting. Please see this YouTube URL.
I think it's the first one, the first time that I've used that
at 18 minutes. Don't
Don't quote me.
Don't quote you at 18 minutes.
19 people watching. We've recovered.
Yes, we recovered.
Yes. So.
Hey Brian, have you seen that I've made Ivan's box a bit longer? Actually, it doesn't look it, but I did. I noticed the pixel was out too. Brian's complaining as usual.
Stop complaining. Yeah. This is free.
Exactly.
Is it free? We are not charging for this.
I don't think so.
Right?
Unless okay. You're collecting money that I didn't know, and you haven't told me.
Ah. Look at this flashy shirt.
Yeah. Hey, hello.
Hey.
All right. Next one.
Okay. Next one is filament runout sensor.
0.
So start voting. 0 to 10, please, on the chat. Go, go, go. 0, I don't want to see it. 10, I cannot live without it. That's the ranking. 10, 10, 10. 0, 0, 6, 3, 0. I'm making myself judge, and how do you say judge, and the one that is sitting on the bench that can be said it is guilty or no.
What are you saying?
When you are both things, the one that judges and the one that is judged.
Are you the judge?
No, the judge and the jury. No, the judge and the jury.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have it, or I had it. Okay. I have one on my CR10 upgraded, and I had one on the Anycubic Mega 3, and there is one on the Pulse XC. So I'm like 3 with and 3 without. I am probably the only human on the face of Earth that makes regularly prints that can go over the amount of filament that comes in a regular spool.
Yes. So,
like, the probability of me having to change a spool in the middle of a print is high. I'd say
high, yes.
I'd say 70%. So, I have some prints that have had in the tank. There are prints that have had 2 spool changes in the middle of the print. So, but I am lazy, or I didn't have enough time. I don't know which one of the 2 is correct, to change the firmware on any of my CR10s. So, like having filament runout sensor on the CR10 upgraded as it comes from the factory.
Yes.
There is a saying in Spanish that it's like scratching. Has the same to do with scratching your balls to eat wheat.
Okay, that doesn't translate well.
No, it translates exactly as.
Oh, really? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's the thing. It makes no sense because when the CR10 detects a filament runout on the filament, it stops the print.
Yeah.
Very good. It lifts the print head. Very good.
Yes.
And then it cools down the bed, and it cools down the extruder.
Yes. No good. So
so the print is ruined.
Yeah. So what you now find with your Ultra Base is that when it hits 30 degrees C, the part pops off anyway. Yep. Correct.
Yes. So
unless you hot glue it to the surface, put little dots of hot glue around it.
So if it happens to detect a filament runout, and if you are near the printer and you realize that happened, and you have filament on hand, and you are very fast and change it, then you might be able to save the print as long as it didn't, because when some time goes by, it disables the steppers.
Yeah.
So when you hold the filament inlet to push the filament out, in and out, if the bridge moves up and or down, then you are done.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a gamble. Like, there are the same probabilities of you realizing that you are running out of filament than the filament runout sensor realizing that and you being able to change the filament.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's useless.
Yeah, well, Ian's got a good point. IR blinks. It's also good for using tiny bits of filament on spools.
That's what I used it on the Anycubic Mega 3, because on that one it works.
Yes.
Because the firmware is well made.
Yeah.
So yes, I've used that to the links of the big tank.
Oh yeah.
Like a quarter of those have been printed that way. Me finishing spools.
Okay.
Yes, I have right now. Let me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe around 18 spools with more than 300 grams of filament on them.
Are they 4 kilo spools originally?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got
4 kilos or 2 kilos.
You've got okay. You've got multi-kilo spools that have only got 300 grams each left.
Yes.
Whereas some people are happy with 300 gram spools. Actually, probably no one's happy with 300 gram spools, but
yeah, but lots of people ask for or buy sample boxes.
Of course.
Which have much smaller spools than that.
Yeah, 5 meters or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I understand.
So in the Mega 3 is well made. In the CR10 is shit. It was worthless.
Yeah.
Can you say shit? We should beep the shit. If I say shit, you should say beep.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2,
shit.
Beep. Yeah, that's synced enough.
we should account for the Spain-Australia delay, and yeah, we should hire a third person that
Yeah, but then we do need 7-second delay, which we did threaten when Teresa was on, of course.
Yes, yeah. Maybe for Teresa, maybe half an hour.
Okay.
Better than, yeah.
Good.
So for me is 0 if it's like in the CR10, and a 10 if it is like in the Mega i3, I'd say.
Because it works.
I'd say. Because it
So
works.
it's firmware dependent.
Yes.
I have a crazy.
And then
go on. Go.
Then there is the mechanical implementation, because it's not easy at all to detect when there is a filament run out.
If it's a switch, you can see if it's run out, but if it's just a switch, you can't tell if it's moving. Is that correct?
What I'm saying is that if it is a switch and the mechanical implementation of that switch against the filament is not well done, you can detect false positives or not detect a filament run out.
Oh, okay.
In the CR10, I had false positives, like arriving to the shop and saying, "Oh, I've run out of filament," and say, "No, you have filament and there is no run out. It's not that the filament is cut. You just decided to stop by yourself."
Okay.
And in the Anycubic Mega i3, it looks horrible, and it works great.
Okay.
Both mechanically and electronically.
I don't mind the way the ball, the magnet ball, joins it to the frame, but it's a bit fiddly.
But it doesn't work as intended.
It doesn't, or does?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Like the thing with the ball rotates and ends up pushed against the stepper motor.
Yeah. So how do you do it? Or you leave it free hanging, or?
No, I leave it like that. It works.
Oh, okay. All right.
The thing is, I don't mind looking shitty if it works.
Yeah.
It's a 3D printer, not a vase that has to be on a shelf.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I use the Aussie way.
You did vase, yes.
Not? Yeah. So in this one, we are not like 100% decided.
I have one other question.
What do you think?
I have one other question for the chat, and that is, does anybody prop open their filament run-out sensor? In other words, cut a little bit of filament and stick it in and bypass it completely. Oh, here we go. I think Ivan's going to show us something.
Where are you?
Ian, is your heat bed dead on the i3 Mega? Like, is it a broken cable? Because that's what mine is currently. What have you got here? Hold on for a sec. Let me. Oh, hello. That sort of looks familiar, doesn't it? There you go. That's exactly what I was asking. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's my CR10 upgraded.
Okay.
And it has been like that for the last 2 years, I think.
Oh, that's no good.
So
That's
yeah,
completely dead, because they're nice machines, the i3 Megas.
Yeah, mine has a fried electronics, and I'm really considering buying a new electronics, because the rest of the machine works so well.
Just the main board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It like on that printer, when I was printing like threads,
Yes.
it was like print, remove, print, remove.
Yep.
Nothing ever failed, nothing, until it fried itself.
Jordan replaced his main board for $50.
Yeah, I will. I'm not worried about the $50.
No,
I'm worried about the amount of time I have to invest.
The YouTube star doesn't care about $50. Yes, we know.
It's much cheaper than a new printer.
Of course, absolutely.
Come on. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not that. It's the time. It's the time. Yeah.
See you, Spike. All right. Next question.
Three.
No, not to Spain. To Australia, maybe, but Spain not so bad.
I think I can buy it.
Where do you normally buy Amazon from? Amazon Spain, or
Spain?
Okay.
Usual.
Okay.
99%. And sometimes I have to buy something from Amazon.com UK or .com from the US because it doesn't exist here in Spain.
Yep.
But usually Spain Prime next day delivery.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yes, it's really good. Okay, I have a few. I will try to choose the next one. Those two are like, okay. Who cares about multiple extruders? From 0 to 1, who values having more than one extruder?
Shall we ask how many people have actually got it?
How many people care to have one? Because if you don't have it, maybe it's because you don't care.
Yeah, true.
Right? Okay, say first how many extruders do you have, and then if you care about them. I don't like if it is IDEX or whatever, just having 2 extruders and being able to use them. 11 p.m.
11:30. Jim asked what time it was.
Okay, MMUs count. MMUs, palette plus 2, a trained monkey that changes filaments, whatever you have.
I'd like an IDEX machine because if you use, say, PVA, soluble supports, that has apparently difficulty going through the same nozzle that your PLA is going through. I don't know why specifically.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be IDEX. It can be 2 extruders with 2 hot ends.
Okay, I see your point. So, like a tool changer, or
no, 2 extruders on the bridge.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah. Yes. Whoa, they are just talking. Okay. Now it's our turn. Having one machine. Okay. What will you use it for? To print with? You said you would use it to print with 2 different materials.
Yes, that's what I would do.
For support.
Yep.
For support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you will be able to use to use it to print the same things that you will print with single extruder, single filament with supports, but with an easier way to removing the supports.
That would be my reason for doing it.
Okay. Mine would be using 2 different materials to print more complex things. For example, using flexible filaments and regular filaments on the same part.
Of course.
To make more complex mechanical parts.
Yep.
Same. Crazy.
Or strengthening around bolt holes or whatever with a carbon fiber
yes.
or
yeah.
Yep.
Yes. That would be ideal, I think. For example, trying to print tank threads that have the links rigid and the connecting between the links on flexible filament.
Oh yeah.
And things like that. Being able to print a thread in one go with flexible filament, that would be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice. Yes. Yeah. IDEX or IDEX, how do you say it?
I say IDEX, but
IDEX as itself is good to double the throughput.
Throughput, yep.
The throughput of the printer when you are printing parts that are all the same or mirror.
Yes. Because mirror.
Which in my case is a lot.
Yes, of course. Yeah, symmetrical printing. Yeah, of course.
So yes, but I would not say that is a must for me. I will not trade other features for that one. Mm-hmm. If you have more than one printer, having one with 2 extruders, I think is nice. But I'd like to talk about this exercise that we are doing, as if you only had one and you were limited on resources, which ones of the features would you aim for against others, more or less? So, yeah, multiple extruders, meh. This one bites me. Standalone printing. Yes.
As in SD card. Is that what you mean?
As an whatever that means, but usually it's SD card or USB drive or something like that. Being able to print with an SD card or having to connect it to a computer.
No, 10.
Zero computer connected, 10 SD card.
10.
So go. Yeah, for me it's a 10. And I will use again the Pulse XE as an example.
What? Shay, 11.
Yeah. I will use the Pulse XE again to explain how important it is to be able to print with an SD card.
Okay.
When they gave me, Matter Hackers gave me the Pulse XE, which is a really nice printer, but then you have to use Matter Control, which is their slicer. And you can print from the slicer or export to an SD card, modifying the G code with the profile created when you were leveling the printer. But then if you move the bridge a little bit, you have to redo the calibration, reconnect the computer, re-export, and reprint. So basically that thing of I print a link and I print a link and I print a link is not good because you have to do usually bed leveling. So I try to print with Cura, no, with Simplify, processing the files with Simplify.
Yep.
So what I was doing was, instead of having a computer connected to the Pulse dedicated to that, which is what I had, what I've done is export the bed leveling values to Simplify, just with the horizontal, with the bridge in horizontal, and I imported those values to Simplify, and I export with Simplify, and whenever I move the bridge on the bed gets not level, what I do is print my calibration square and use that as a bed leveling.
So you're talking about the mesh. Are you talking about you're exporting the mesh values?
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right. Yep.
Yeah, but when I tried that, it didn't work.
Because?
Because the bridge wasn't level and the back and the forth. So what I did was like, okay, what happens if I don't export the mesh? How effed up is the bed, which is this big, in that expensive machine, which has everything this thick of metal? How bad can it be? And then I started printing with no bed leveling, no meshing, or no nothing. Oh my God. It prints perfect.
Okay.
Maybe a few microns here, a few microns there, but I can put the files on an SD card that I pick from my SD card.
Hold on. Yep.
I've been critiqued a lot because of all the free space that is in here, but when you are going to pick up one SD card, you don't have to touch any of the other ones. You will not end up trying to pick two at once or hitting your finger, and here is the same.
I understand, but that thing's huge. I asked the same question. It's huge.
Yeah, but it's
twice as big as it needs to be.
Yeah, but it's a matter of speed of use.
Okay. All right.
The thing is, why it is so big, I reply, it doesn't have to be tiny.
True.
Because if it is tiny, you are trying to pick one and like your fingers doesn't fit and you cannot grab it and you have to do this. I can grab whichever one I need without having to touch any other.
What you're telling me is that you have a large workshop and you don't cram everything into an apartment. Is that what you're telling me? Yes. I think that's what you're telling me. Okay.
Yeah. I've seen Thomas Salander tweet saying, I cannot believe that, I think it was Press Reset, you know it?
Yep.
Was searching for a space on, I think it was New York City, saying that he was searching for something, I think it was $70 per square feet.
Yep.
Which is this big.
Yeah, I understand.
And it was like, that's absurd. His place is $half $1 per square feet. This one is like 60 cents per square feet. That's the difference.
Yeah, but Press Reset was looking in New York, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's New
But
York.
that's
Hello.
this yeah, that's the crazy part.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and
Unless you
anybody
go
here
to the
from New York or Paris? Actually, print it yourself.
Paris.
How close are you to Paris? I think you're French.
Who?
PIY 3D.
Oh. Yeah,
70,
70
70.
to
There you
76.
go. Wow.
Yeah, but being fair in New York City doesn't mean it's not absurd.
Oh, true.
Come on.
Yeah. It's
With I could rent a 10 square feet place with the money that I'm renting it in here.
yep. No,
That's
understand.
it's insane. I could not fit this space that I'm here. Like,
Yep.
this
No.
is smaller. That is bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. We are lost now.
No, that's okay.
Okay. Standalone printing, 10 out of 10 for everyone I've
Yeah,
read.
pretty much. Yeah, I believe that was the case.
Yeah. And for you?
10 also. I print from SD card on everything.
Yeah, I think everybody prints with SD cards. Unless you have a very big farm, but still you have to go to the printer to remove the part. It's like you can do the trick, but
Yeah. Jordan's saying he uses Octoprint, so he's not a fan of the SD card.
okay. Yeah, Octoprint. Yeah, I could use Octoprint, but I don't get the time to.
Yeah.
I should. I have the Raspberry Pis and everything.
I
right?
understand.
Okay, multiple extruders. I have a few ones that are about being able to fix the printer yourself.
Okay.
One is using a ramps or other kind of controller, because one of the things that I could have done if the Mega i3 was using a regular ramps board, I have three. I could have just swapped one for the other.
Yep.
But each one of the CR10s has a different board. The Mega i3 has a different board, and the Pulse XC, I'm not sure what it has, but I'm betting there is something different. So there is that, and then having the mechanics of the machine exposed so you can fix them instead of having to disassemble half of the printer. Using ramps, and yeah, let's start by that. How many people in here fix their own 3D printers? 0, I don't fix them. 10, I do fix them all the time. And I don't think that we are going to find a single person that brought his printer to the technical service department, whatever.
I don't fix it all the time. I've got one that's dead, and it's been sitting dead for a little while. Yeah, let me change my vote.
Yes.
There we go. Boop.
Okay. Okay. There is the thing. Everybody that has a 3D printer at home is willing to fix it, has the knowledge, or is willing to acquire the knowledge to fix it. So being able to fix your printer at home should be very, very important, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
If you are going to design the perfect 3D printer, having the mechanics exposed so you can see at a glance what's wrong, having a common electronics for all your 3D printers would be nice, because because if you are searching for example, for GT2 belts, that's common to all of the printers, or GT2 pulleys, or stepper motors, or even the 2020 beams that all the CR10, Ender, and the lot use. Those are common, and you can have some stock of those things and fix any printer with those. But the electronics, I think that's more difficult. So that should be.
If you decided to replace all of your boards with a common board,
yes,
with better stepper drivers, better power handling, 24 volts, whatever for the bed, Because many of yours 24 volts or none?
I don't think any of
No,
them is.
I don't think any of yours are actually.
Yeah, but that is completely irrelevant.
Yes, true. It's not related. Yep.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is that if 12 volts or 24 volts was on the list that I've made, or we
Yep.
can bring it now, what's the benefits of having 24 volts? Less current go through the cables, or with the same amount of current, you can have double the power on the components that require the power, the bed and the hot end.
Yep.
Right? So that will make most of your components incompatible with the rest of the things that you have running at 12 volts,
Yep.
or you can switch everything to 24 volts. But still, any spare parts that you are willing to buy usually are for 12 volts.
This is why I have a set of 12-volt fans and 24-volt fans and 12-volt thermistors. Actually, I don't even know. Are the cartridges voltage rated? These ones.
Those usually are 12 volts, but
Yeah.
those should be rated.
Yeah, no, because I did actually buy some 24. So.
Yeah, you can just use a multimeter and test the leads for resistance, and multiply those by the power that you should get the voltage. Okay. 3D Gosner said that TMC drivers work better on 24 volts. All the drivers that are for stepper motors, the A4988, also work better on 24 volts. But usually the ramps are not prepared to work at 24 volts. So if you buy a ramps board that is ready to work on 24 or even 36 volts, you could use more power from the TMC drivers and the A4988 drivers. But then again, single, it would be good if you have an Arduino Mega with a ramps on top, and you could swap that ramps for another ramps that uses different voltages or different drivers, and use all the same wires and connectors and everything. That would be really nice, because then you could swap the electronics in a pinch.
Yep.
So yes. Common electronics. And what about 3D printers that have the mechanics exposed, or those enclosed printers that have the all the mechanics behind bent sheets of steel or things like that? What would you rather have? CR10 style or Mega i3 style?
So CR10,
go.
CR10 where it's a separate control box, or you're talking about the Z rods and?
I'm talking about the mechanics. In the CR10, everything is exposed.
Yep.
And in the Mega i3, it's bent steel that covers the rods and everything. It's a little bit more difficult to see things. The motors are inside of the bottom box and those kind of stuff. Open frame, easy access, open frame. We could be designing here the ultimate FDM 3D printer.
That's what I think you're doing. I already have it in my mind that's what you're doing.
Yeah. I think once a month, I'm tempted by myself to build another 3D printer.
With all the spare time you have.
No, that could be I think that could be a good video for my channel. But it has to be the ultimate 3D printer.
Yep.
So it cannot be because another thing that I have in here is the print volume.
Yes.
The other day I did put a tweet that I said that I was going to start selling the plans for my CNC, which is taking me an amount of work that is not even reasonable. And people started asking, are we going to be able to print the parts with a Prusa i3 style printer, or we will have to have something like a CR10? So I would say that the CR10 is the big kind of printer, and the Prusa i3 is the small kind of printer. Who in the chat has the need for a larger printer? Say large or small, large meaning CR10 kind, small meaning Prusa 3 style, maybe under 3. Go, go, go! What do you say, DT? Big or small? Mad Monkey. Who's Mad Monkey? You can only have
Jordan.
one. We are Jordan. One, only one. Being difficult. Prusa is medium, and what's small? What's smaller than Prusa? Do you know?
Other than like a Tronxy X1 or something. But I would say 210 by 210 would be on the smaller side.
But that's almost a Prusa 3. Well,
yeah, thereabouts, yeah. If only one, then big, because you could do small on big, but you can't do big on small.
Yes.
As easily.
Yeah. 100 by 100 kit. Okay.
And
I'd say
Jim's saying it's not the size, it's how you use it.
Yeah, I don't think that most people use a larger print volume than Prusa 3 most of the time.
Most of the time, correct, yeah.
But when you need it, is really a pain in the coin crack. No.
Yes.
In the.
I understand.
Many people told me why I didn't use plywood to make the tank and things like that, because they see the box design, and that I should have made a more organic shape or anything. But the thing is that tank is made, it has been tailor-made to the size, the printing volume of a CR10 or a Tevo Tornado kind of printer.
Yep.
Taking into account that it's 300 by 300 by 400 millimeters, the maximum volume that I could print. Hence, the 2 kilo a pop prints.
Yes.
Yeah. That would have been harder with Prusa 3 printers.
And so, yes. Anybody that hasn't seen, and I don't know how this is even possible, but anybody that hasn't seen what Ivan's talking about, have a look at that. How many hours was one of those wheels? 100 hours?
130 hours, 6 days.
6 days for one of those giant wheels.
So each set is 12 days plus today's 14 days, around 15 days each wheel set.
So
give or take.
So the sides. My brain hurts.
Yeah.
My brain hurts.
No, I can give you a rough count. So it is like 15 days by 6 sets, 90 days by 24 hours, 2,160 hours for the wheel sets.
Right.
Those wheel sets, plus the 1,600 hours of the chassis. We are now around 3,760 hours of printing.
What about the tracks? Have you counted the tracks?
Not counting the failures. Yes, it's 198 by 2 divided by 11 by 24. 860 hours for the threads.
Oh my god. So that's on top of the 3,700.
Yeah, on top. Yeah, it's 4,500 hours, more or less.
Okay.
But there is still people complaining on the comments saying, "Where are the files? We want the files. You said you were going to release the files." And I reply, "Are you going to print it? Show me your guns if you say that you are going to print it. First, show me that you have, send me your payment checks. Show me that you have the power to buy all that filament.
Yes.
Show me that you have the printers, and show me your largest build with a 3D printer. And then I might take the pain in the ass that is preparing that for release."
Yeah.
Because it's like Like, are you going to print? Let the people reply, maybe. How maybe? That's not a maybe thing. That's a midlife crisis commitment. That's what this bill requires.
And that's why you did it in red. Because that's the midlife crisis color.
Yeah, that's my priority.
That's your red sports car, exactly.
What people think, people tend to forget is that I've been printing that tank since last October. We are going for a year printing the damn tank. Wow. It's not that I print from 1 week to the next one. I've been having prints on the floor of the shop for a year. So forget it.
Yep.
Nobody's going to print it.
No.
I should have done like a 401% OpenRC car instead of this. That would have been much easier.
Yep.
Like say the same day that Joel releases the video 400% OpenRC car, I should have done 401% OpenRC car.
Yeah.
Like I should call this selfish community print.
Indeed.
I will print everything. Yeah.
All right.
That would have been nice.
Next on the list.
People fucking. I can keep talking, JT.
Yeah. No, okay, you've got 4 minutes.
Okay. Exposed mechanics.
And by the way, I don't care if we run over. You're the one that's normally short on time.
Oh yeah. Noisy fans.
Yeah, piss them off straight away.
Piss them off.
Yep.
How much? Like what I was trying to where I was trying to go with this one is how much more expensive are balanced fans than the shitty ones that come in the CR10s.
They can't be that much more. We're talking a couple of dollars, no? A few dollars.
How much? I will say. Well, I will do acoustic performance now.
Yep.
While I do that, please put in the comments how much money would you be willing to pay for silent fans. I will switch on now the printers, and you will hear them.
All right.
Because I have my wireless mic, and I will switch on because I'm here now at the printers. The Turbo Tornado is on, you can hear nothing. The Pulse X is on, you can hear nothing. Let's switch like CR10 upgraded. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Okay, let's switch the CR10 Original. And the CR10 Mini. What is this? And they are not printing right now. Let me grab the mic. Can you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
CR10 Mini.
Holy
CR10.
Crap. Yep.
And CR10 upgraded. And they are not printing.
Yeah, what about your i3 Mega? Because I know that firsthand.
It's dead.
Oh, it's dead. It's dead, Jim. Okay, cool.
Is dead in an upper shelf without power. Yep. Just in case I forget.
Yeah, Ian's got the right idea. Just charge me $20 more for the printer and give me good fans.
Yes. But it's not a $20 would buy you. Let me see which brand is this.
Noctua?
Yeah, I want Arctic, whatever, or Noctua, one of those silent fans.
Yep. Although Noctua doesn't make the right size in 24 volts, if I am correct, and that's a problem. Because I've got 24 volt machines, and they're all the wrong size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about extremely silent fans. Just balanced.
Just better. Yeah.
Because those are the noise that they are making is not because they are bad quality fans, but they are unbalanced. That's why they resonate. Mm-hmm. They work worse because they make that noise, because they cannot rotate that fast. So, and I think I think that's it. I have here like Delta versus certain style, Prusa style printers, but I think there is no contest there. Who?
Who what? Oh, we just lost Ivan. Hello, Ivan. Oh, yep, Skype is reconnecting. Do 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 do. Let's have a look. See. Yeah, Skype is not happy. All right. Can you guys hear me? It says I'm still streaming, so I'm assuming it's just Ivan. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. We do have... Hey, there we go. And of course OBS does its normal thing of resetting screens. JT only, reseto. Oh, that's just terrible. Oh, that's just crap.
Can you see me?
Nah, not yet. Blip. There we go. Let me.
Hey,
Hold on.
can you hear me? See me?
Here we go. There we go. That's actually not bad.
Hey.
Hello. Reconnection, poor network, which you guys can see actually.
Can you hear me? See me now?
Yes.
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 Okay. Okay.
That's good enough.
I think this is a great point to finish this episode.
Okay. Let me reposition you. There you go. Repositioned.
My computer froze. Now it's trying to restart. That will take half an hour.
So. Okay. Understand. Hey, it is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
We've had a good run. Let's make you squishy. Let's make you bigger. We'll fill the screen. Whoa. Hello. There we go.
I can do that. The phone in my hand.
That works. That works as well.
Yes.
Anyway. So, all right. Well, that is actually time.
That's it for this week. Then.
Yes. Thank you, one and all. Very good to. Oh, Mike, now that you're here, there you go. You missed the start.
JT flexing again.
Flexing. Oh, Extreme Ivan. Yes, we can rebuild him using his mobile phone. All right. Thank you. Next week we'll try and put out what the theme is beforehand, so that you guys can have an idea. But it doesn't really matter. We'll talk crap as we do. But thank you again, everybody. I'll do the outro somewhere. It's here somewhere. Bloop. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.